I want to talk to you about a couple of things about this ongoing attack on the Indian Consulate building in San Francisco. The first thing is that we've been observing that they have been bad-mouthing people, trying to get a rise out of you so that you might take a swing at them, and then they can say, oh, look, this guy's assaulting me. There is no peace for Khalistanis. And, you verbally provoke somebody and then try to see if they can get a rise. They get a rise and they respond to you. The same thing you saw happen in Taco Bell also. So this is one thing that is going on. Whenever there are protests and if Indian Americans in support of India show up, they are being subjected to this. But more importantly, we have been now getting proof that many of these people who are protesting may have entered the United States illegally. Worse, they are getting fake papers and fake certificates. Do look at the description section today to understand what I mean by that. Also now, more news sites are covering the fact that at 4 a.m. on 19th of March, Sunday, some two people tried to set fire to the consulate building. Arson is a serious crime in the United States. So we'll have to see how that plays out. I'm hoping that what I'm going to show you now as a slide deck will prompt some of these leaders to add more specifics to what has played up at San Francisco thus far. And it's really important that people have to speak up. What I'm going to show you is how Indian American politicians cutting across party lines, both Democrats and Republicans, have responded to the attacks at the Indian Consulate in San Francisco. Please bear in mind that the name, the band behind the name, signifies what party they are from. If it is blue, it is Democrat. If it is red, it is Republican. Here we go. Raja Krishnamurthy, he's a congressman from Illinois, and he was one of the first ones to issue a statement condemning the Sunday's attack on Indian Consulate. So this was something that happened, I think about 10 days ago. So he came out right away and condemned it. And we have to wait and see what other things are going to happen. Are there going to be follow-up actions by the Department of State or not? We have to wait and see. Neeraj Antani is a state senator from the state of Ohio, from the red band. He's a Republican, and he too condemned it in very strong words. He said that, I condemn in the strongest word. You can read this release and you will understand where they are. The import of his statement. But again, he also came out fairly quickly to protest or express his protest at that. Rishi Kumar, he's running for Congress from California. He's someone I know him, and he too has come out quickly and given this statement that he strongly condemns the recent attacks on the Indian Consulate in San Francisco by pro-Khalistan protesters. Now, this is, I think, on the 20th of March. And you can see that the state SCA, which is the, I don't know where this is. I'm thinking it might be California, state of California. But whatever it is, this is the one statement that came from them. But in terms of action on the ground, have anybody been arrested? No. Has any other apprehensions of any sort taken place thus far? No. So this is something where we are waiting to see what the United States government is going to do. Ritesh Tandon ran against Khanna a couple of times now. He has been getting 28-29% of the vote, but again, you need to get 50.1% to win. So we wish him all the best. But he has been very active, trying to mobilize the community, and he got a bunch of Sikh people, Muslims and Hindus. You saw that video that I had put out on Friday following the Sunday attacks, and he has been working tirelessly to raise awareness about this issue, and I don't know if this is going to be something that Mr. Khanna is going to regret not having taken a stand on. So what did he do? Here's what Ro has been up to. Ro is the current congressman for the Congressional District 17, which encompasses a lot of areas in the Bay Area, and he actually asked Modi to take back the judicial decision handed down to Rahul Gandhi for the defamation speech. I mean, this is, in my opinion, if you are a politician of one country, weighing in on somebody else's politics and then try to quote your grandfather. That grandfather train has left the building, Ro. I don't think you should be using that anymore. Abhijit on another program of mine has really shown you bare, that you are trying to ride on your grandfather's glory, and I think that is now done. Please try to show your work. I think this is just an unasked for advice. I'm very good at giving unasked for advice. So please now try and respond to this letter from the United States India Relationship Council. They are basically saying what I said, that you shouldn't be passing comments about the judicial system process in India, especially when there is nothing there to suggest that anything was above board. Mr. Rahul Gandhi had plenty of time. This is 4 years since the case started. He could have shown up there, he could have apologized. He has apologized in the past when he knows that not apologizing is going to land him in trouble. So here he is deliberately doing this because perhaps he wants to garner sympathy. Who knows? I don't know what Rahul Gandhi is thinking. But anyway, this is something now the heat is getting on to Khanna. The USAIC Online wants to apologize for and retract his demand to have Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi interfere in India's judicial process. So Ro hasn't said anything about the Khalistani attack yet. All he has said is when Anurag Mairal tried to kind of corner him and said, what is your stand on this? He said that I oppose any kind of violence, but he has not specifically. See, the point here is that anyone can say that I oppose violence on any particular community. That's not what people are looking for. There is a specific incident which is very close to the constituency that he is from, and he needs to take a stand on it. What has he done? That's the point. Now, let's take some more interesting cases. Harmeet Dhillon. She is a Republican National Committee of California. She's not a congresswoman or a senator. She's a Republican. However, Harmeet tends to toe her own line. And I'm going to show you around all these Khalistani incidents. Suddenly she has picked up something about the current shutdown of internet in Punjab. Harmeet, you need to understand that this happens frequently in the United States of America too. If you want me to jog your memory, in 2021, I think, in Gilroy, there were multiple shooters shooting in the Gilroy Mall. And the police shut down the internet for 2 hours till they apprehended, because they did not know how many people were there, how many shooters were there, and whether they were using the internet to communicate amongst themselves. So shutting it down is a law and order problem that India is trying to solve. And by the way, how is Modi responsible for that? Law and order is a state subject. It's the Aam Aadmi Party government that did that. So, I mean, see, this is where I don't like it. If you are a politician, I think you have some boundaries. Whether it is Trudeau or Jagmeet Singh or Harmeet or Khanna, the same thing. If you are in politics, please don't pass off comments on other people. Especially Harmeet is yet to say a word about what happened in San Francisco consulate. What happened to you, Harmeet? Cat got your tongue? And here is the other interesting character out of LA. His name is Amar Shergill. He's the California Progressive Chair. And in case you are wondering who is helping this Afghanistan-born state senator to pilot the SB 430 bill, it is our own beloved Amar Shergill. You can see him right behind her while she is piloting this bill. And look at all the people there. I mean, God's sake, this is a lie. You're peddling a lie and somehow hoping that it will stick, because you will now say that what Kshama Sawant got off in Seattle, if they said yes, then you should also. None of that stuff. This is way too beyond your league. First of all, she is from Afghanistan. If anything, she should be fighting for the rights of Afghan women. You know where they are going these days. They're not even being allowed to go to schools and colleges. Why don't you work on that first? Anyway, that's my 2 cents. This is all the stuff so far that I've heard. No word from Pramila Jayapal, nothing from the Vice President Kamala Harris, and nothing from the Rashida Tlaib's AOCs of the world either. So you just now understand that if you don't speak up here at this point, then it's easy for people to come to the conclusion that you are taking money from the very interests that are doing this, and they think that since they have donated money to your campaign, therefore you shall keep quiet. I mean, this is an assumption. Prove me wrong. Thank you so much. Please like, share and subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to click on the bell button for notifications. Namaskar.